Hello, everyone, and welcome to Virtually Redundant, a lighthearted podcast on anything and everything. I am your host, Darren, and I have made it my personal mission to get enough of a following so we can force Daniel to Twitch stream Dreamphone. If you would like to see Daniel play Dreamphone, please email virtuallyredundant@gmail.com. In today's show, we are going to talk about guilty pleasures, unpopular opinions, and pointless reviews. As I said, my name is Darren, and I am joined today by Daniel and Connor. How's it going? I have a cold the last 2 days, but recovering, getting there, well enough to do this podcast, you know what I mean? So getting there in the end. Bit of a dose, as the Irish say. Connor, how was your week?
I too have a cold, for you see, it's winter is coming here in Ireland because winter doesn't come to bloody February and March. But yeah, apart from that, all good. Yeah, yeah, tipping along, sleeping, watching some movies. It's all good.
So, if you remember last week, I was chatting about a movie called The Wandering Earth. Do you guys remember me talking about that?
Yeah, finished with Fast and the Furious. I seem to remember, Fast and Furious, The Wandering Earth. I haven't seen that one. I can't find it on Netflix.
Yeah, Vin Diesel's in it. But no, yeah. So I mentioned that it was just a cheesy sci-fi movie, and I kind of mentioned that it was my guilty pleasure. For those who don't know what a guilty pleasure is, it's basically something that you enjoy that might not be in high regard. Thank you, Wikipedia. Um, it does not have to necessarily be unpopular, but it's just something that you might be, a bit embarrassed to say that you enjoy it. So, what are your guilty pleasures?
Okay, I'm ashamed to admit this. I actually have a playlist on Spotify called Guilty Pleasures. And yeah, it's got a bit of, Britney Spears and a few other bits in it there. So yeah, when you've had a tough day, you're on the bus and everything's looking grim dark, sometimes I listen to me rock and roll, and then sometimes, it's yeah, just a bit of pop or K-pop or whatever, yeah, brightens the day.
That's the public link.
It is a publicly available pop playlist, but no one subscribes to it.
Link to here, and if anyone listens in, they can jump on and judge you for it.
I don't think anyone wants to be caught subscribing to my playlist.
Nobody caught subscribing to your playlist. I mean, if you want to hear Connor's playlist, please email virtuallyredundant@gmail.com. But please tell me you at least got Avril Lavigne's Girlfriend song.
Yes. Is that one, I don't know if anyone's seen, there's like a comic. It's probably a really old meme at this stage, but it's this guy, he looks left, he looks right, puts on his headphone, and it's like, hey, 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 I want to be your girlfriend. So yeah, something like that.
Burnout game was that in again? Was it 2 or 3?
Paradise, I think.
Oh, was it
So
Paradise? Was it?
yeah, yeah.
I thought it was much earlier than that.
No, it was well, maybe it was, but I think it was Burnout Paradise. Yeah, that was on, and it comes in the track list. I think that was the meme specifically. You look left and right, make sure no one's looking what you're doing, and you just start singing along, belting your heart out. Brilliant.
But does that actually ever work if you look left or right? Someone could be behind you. They could be, around the corner. You got to look in a lot more places.
You do, but it's about making yourself feel better and accepting yourself. That's all I can say.
Nobody else looks at you and sees you listening to this song, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise, why would you look around yourself? Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I'm trying to justify the unjustifiable. I don't know.
for me, it's really bad. Like it's the worst. I'll get a lot of flack for this. I'm actually enjoying watching Catfish UK. What the hell is Catfish UK? Well, you know the show Catfish, right? But it's in the UK. No, no, I've never heard of the show. You no, you're trolling now. Like even if you're under a rock, you'll still know Catfish. Like, come on. No, no. Genuinely, I don't know what the fuck is catfish. Is it like basically a show about catfishing? No, yeah, catfishing. Yeah, you know the terminology catfishing, right? Yeah, like for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically pretending you're someone else online for whatever reason. Usually, it's nefarious reason, like to get money, to troll, to etc. But yeah, it's exactly about that, and it's like they have like 14, 15 seasons in the US, and it has like 2 seasons in the UK.
I've never heard of this
Oh,
before.
usually it's like really bad. It's like sometimes it's actually like so bad where someone goes, "I think I'm being catfished." Like I've been talking to, and they literally like they say a celebrity, like for example, it's not. This is like let's say, oh, I've been speaking with Ben Stiller for the last 4 years, and he goes, "You don't believe that?" It's like, well, I do believe it. It's just he's a popular person. He doesn't want to really meet me, and like these people, like I'm sorry, but come on now, come on, okay.
I've been chatting to Ben Stiller on MSN Messenger for the past like 4 years. It's like, but George, MSN Messenger was shut down, and he's like, no, I don't believe it.
Yeah, usually it ends with kind of like obviously asking for a loan of money, or in the celebrity cases, it's always about, oh, send me my manager, we can meet up, but you have to pay 5 grand because it has to be on the books.
Ben Stiller needs 500
No,
quid
I
to
just
fly,
want to say
to
it's
fly,
just I have to
to
get this
fly
out
to the
here.
UK.
It's not really Ben Stiller, and it wasn't even Ben Stiller using it as an example in the show. I'm just giving a character's name. Ben Stiller has not catfished or attempted to catfish people. If he was, it'd be really Ben Stiller. He's not catfishing, but he's not catfishing. He's nobody. He's not pretending to be himself on online.
He doesn't need £500 to fly to the UK. But if you are Ben Stiller and you wish to contact us, please email us at virtuallyredundant@gmail.com.
No, but that's my guilty pleasure. So I prefer, it is one of those shows that get a lot of flack, and like it's on MTV, so you know the type of
Is anyone actually, who they say they are? Like, did they open the door and they go, "Oh my God, it is Ben Stiller, and he
Well,
does need
no,
500
no,
quid"?
it's never the celebrity. No, it's never the celebrity. There is cases where it is actually the person who say they are, but like obviously the reason why they've never really met or properly is to one reason or another. Life gets in the way.
Definitely would watch that show. Basically, Ben Stiller coming into chat rooms, people getting gullible people to believe him, and then, oh my God, it is actually Ben Stiller. You know what? And then that reinforces their belief that they should just trust people in chat rooms and get more seasons of Catfish UK. Yeah, this can only end well. Win-win, I say.
Yeah, but the problem with the show is like if you look at how they do it, it's everything's for shock value. So it's that kind of stuff that gets obviously it's bad. It's obviously bad what people do online and stuff like that. But that's why it's not regarded. It's not in high regard because it's just it's purely the entire episode is shock value.
So what you're saying is, they actually did get Ben Stiller, and then they just decided not to
Ben
release
Stiller
it
has not.
because it'd be too straight-laced,
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
Daniel, Ben Stiller's going to be chasing you down
it's
soon,
sure it's
man.
12 seasons of Ben Stiller trolling people online, saying it's not him, but it is him. So he's not catfishing, but he is catfishing. Yeah, sure, why not? I guess.
I would watch that. That's something I would
No, Ben
definitely
Stiller's
watch.
not in the goddamn show.
I guess what I would love for shock value is like, oh, I've been talking to this really nice guy, and then they get to the apartment and it's just like a cat, and you're like, oh my God, you've been speaking to a cat this whole time, and then total shock value. Oh my God.
99% of the
Oh my
time,
God.
it's catfish by people who they know, like obviously in their circle of friends, family, etc.
So Ben Stiller's friends,
No,
then
god
I
damn it.
guess. Okay, so Daniel's infatuation with like Ben Stiller aside, um, like you guys do know, but my guilty pleasure is like I really like these comics, mangas, and TV shows that kind of revolve around like debt games, and generally like 90% of these debt game ones are like basically high school children kind of like killing each other essentially.
Royale.
Well, it's all the rage these days, it's that's not guilty anymore. Everyone does it. No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, Alice in Borderland popularized it. Yeah, you got Squid Game. Those kind of things aren't really guilty pleasure. But back like 5-10 years ago, if he goes, oh, what do you like reading? Oh, there's this thing that I read about high school children basically just killing each other. Did you ever see the Battle Royale film, the original one? Yeah. Yeah. So I think what was that, late 90s or early 2000s, one of the two. So yeah, that's a bit messed up. That's right up your alley. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't like the sequel. Wait, there was a sequel? Yeah. What happens is like swap something in, so instead of school children, it's like sharks or something, isn't it?
An island that comes to school children and then starts.
Oh, I did Ben Stiller's there.
Shut the fuck up about Ben Stiller.
Oh
no, this is going to be a thing, Daniel. I'm afraid. Ben Stiller Dream Phone, make it happen, MP. Oh, that's amazing. We get Ben Stiller onto a Twitch stream, play Dream Phone with Daniel. Yeah, this. Yeah, no. Oh, I would pay to see that. Like, I paid to see Ben Stiller just like listening on the phone to be like, he had like this blonde hair guy says you're cute, and Ben Stiller's like, oh man, this guy says I'm cute. That does sound like Ben Stiller, I guess. I suppose in some regard. Yeah, Battle Royale was a good one. I watched when I saw it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. And especially when it comes to the manga space, there's a lot of them kind of like high schools killing each other. Aliens come and they force it to happen, or this weird teacher comes and forces it to happen. But there's quite a lot of mangas out there that revolve around just that. You said like high schools killing each other, or these like physical buildings that are just like mechanized or something? Yeah, full of Ben Stillers, I guess. I suppose I don't give a shit. Oh. I think the Squid Game one was what like Connor said before, or you, Dan. I can't even remember because Ben Stiller's on the mind. But I think Squid Games was the one that really popularized it because it got a lot of people into it. And then Alice in Borderland further kind of because they're both very well done, especially Alice in Borderlands. I thought that was absolutely amazing. I think it did the manga justice when in a time when a lot of these manga to live action really hasn't kind of came true. So I am interested, like a bit off topic, about the One Piece live action, but it's hard to tell. It has such high hopes that it might just fall over.
Did you see the Full Metal Alchemist one?
Which one? Because there's a few of them.
No, not the live action one. Yeah, there's one on Netflix. Well, that should tell you all you really need to know.
There's two on Netflix, I believe. I think there is two Full Metal Alchemist movies. I think there's The Revenge of Scar, and then there's Full Metal Alchemist. So there is two.
So Revenge of Scar, I think I've not watched it, but I think that's the animated one. Whereas the other one is, they tried to live action it, and they did a Netflix.
Scar is live action as well. Yeah, like I think I saw like a half an hour of it. Like it didn't really appeal to me. I did enjoy the anime, the Brotherhood anime, not the original. Well, as far as I know, and probably people be angry saying you got it wrong, but as far as I know, the anime outpaced the manga, so they just kind of went their own way with the ending, where the Brotherhood is the proper ending of the anime ends as the manga ended. But again, I get a lot of hate mail for that, saying I'm wrong.
We'll have to contact our resident Full Metal Alchemist expert whenever
we
he's
do have one, and he will.
I think we do. We do have one, yeah.
But yeah, he does. He knows all about Full Metal Alchemist, so he should be able to point us in the right direction. I think the first question I would have for him is Ben Stiller in Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Well, if Henry Cavill could be Geralt,
he's a brilliant Geralt.
I know, but before when he got announced originally, I remember a lot of people were like, "Ooh, don't know about this," and then he was brilliant. So it could be the same. Ben Stiller is one of the Eldrick brothers. Could be like, "Ooh," and then he could be like, just put on a blonde wig, and it's like, "Yeah, that's him. He's brilliant."
Could be the Eddie Murphy or Jim Carrey just like playing every role in the movie. Ben Stiller all over the shop. Well, this was a great discussion on guilty pleasures, guys. I really appreciate it. So yeah, guilty pleasures. It's about Ben Stiller and catfishing and stuff. I wish I said a different celebrity, but man alive.
Does he even make films anymore?
I can't remember. I literally can't remember the last thing he was actually in that I've watched.
Oh, there you go. We've laid out a new career path for him.
He did do. I do know he did the. He was executive producer and stuff on the Severance TV series, which is absolutely brilliant. That's an endorsement by me. Go watch it, people.
I will think about it.
So yeah, leading on from Daniel's guilty pleasure of Ben Stiller, what about unpopular opinions? So I went to the unpopular opinions subreddit, and I kind of sorted by the top and found a couple of gems that I want to kind of gauge your guys' reaction on that. So let's start with a big one that I absolutely love when I read. Okay, so this is a person called Morphabond. He posted this 4 years ago on the Unpopular Opinion subreddit, and he said, "Showers are better with socks on."
What?
There's no reasoning. So I could say what he said. He said, "The slippery wet coal tile feels so disgusting on my feet. It's all I can think about, and it makes my whole body quiver. When I was a kid, I started wearing sandals, shoes, socks, whatever was on my feet when I get into the shower. Wet socks actually feel really nice in a hot shower. It feels like a foot massage, and there is something in between my feet and the tile. I literally wear socks in the shower every day now."
What?
I don't know what to make of that. I actually don't. I mean, like,
Are they like swimming socks or regular socks?
He says sandals and shoes. He says whatever's on my feet, I'll just hop in that way into the shower.
All right. Well, I don't imagine his feet are getting clean then, are they?
Yeah, even his his new Nike shoes. He just has them on. It's like, sure, I'll just bring him in. Anything he has going.
Oh.
I mean, it's in these situations where, like, I'm a pretty tolerant person, but if someone came up and says I shower with my socks, I instantly just go, you know what? I don't tolerate you. You don't belong here. I don't. I mean, like, yeah, I suppose it's I think we should move on. It's just no. I'm sorry. It just can't happen that way. It's just wrong. Like there's granted everything's gray and life is just gray, but no, that's wrong. That's clearly something that's wrong.
He can do his thing, but it's not for me, or I'd say for anyone else. But if that one guy wants to do it,
If he
yeah, I
wants,
guess.
if he wants to be wrong, then he can be wrong. He can be
Yeah.
happy in his wrongness. I'm happy with him being in his wrongness. That's fine. As long as he doesn't come to my shower and in his socks, then I'm happy enough with it. It's just so if you're saying to someone goes, "Oh, can I?" So if I came to your house, Daniel, and I said, "Oh, can I use your shower?" Right? Would you genuinely be like, "Are you gonna wear socks into the shower?" I mean, there's going to be a sign there saying no socks allowed. So, if you can disobey the sign, but that's on you.
Do you know what you've done here, Darren? So from now on out, anyone who ever comes to visit me, I'm going to be absolutely paranoid.
what's
So thanks
you
for
be
that.
saying? Connor, you'd be just sitting down and be like, "What's he doing in my shower?" And your wife is going to be like, "What's wrong with you? He's doing, I bet you he's doing something in my shower." And she's like, "Oh God, what? Wearing socks." Yeah. No, that's not. No, I think we should move on. It's creeping me out.
Yeah. Next.
Okay, we're moving on to the next one. Again, if you've showered with socks and you wish to make your opinion known, please email us at virtuallyredundant@gmail.com. If you've been affected by hearing this information, please contact us at virtuallyredundant@gmail.com. But if you do actually shower with your socks on, please stop listening to this podcast. We don't want you here.
No, we'd love to hear from you because, why?
We'll bring you onto the podcast as a special guest, where we will berate you for 34 minutes with no reprieve. Okay, sorry. So yeah, we'll move on to the next one, and then I'd like to hear you guys if you found any unpopular opinions. Okay, so this one was posted by someone called Daddy Ravioli 2 years ago, and they said this. My husband believes running pizza underwater to cool it down is acceptable. That's not no.
What?
So this is what they said in the chat. Pretty much what the title says. Not my opinion, but my husband's. In college, my husband and I would make oven pizzas, and he would run his slices under the water fountain to cool it down faster. He says it didn't change the taste at all.
Lies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
wait, let's step this back. Yeah, we're missing some crucial detail. What kind of pizza was it?
They just said oven pizza. Pizza that you
Yep.
stick in the oven.
What flavor pizza was it?
I'm assuming they made various. I mean, they probably made various other pizzas. Like sand pizza, so like you had to wet it so it goes down better. I mean, we can all kind of argue to the days come home on pineapple and etc. on a pizza, but someone who puts the pizza under it, that person is wrong. It's not an opinion; it's factually wrong.
So if you saw your children do that, would you be like,
I don't know. I mean, I'd go to see a therapist, I guess, for them. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. To just wait for it to cool, man. Like, what's wrong with waiting? You know, wait for your pizza to nicely cool so you can dig into it.
I think there's a whole additional subtopic. What about people who put the pizza in fridges to cool it down? People who use freezers.
oh, don't put hot stuff in a fridge. That's just gonna burn out your motor or your fridge.
I know. I'm sure people do it. Do people dip their pizza in a river? Who knows?
Wait, so you cook your pizza out. You're camping, right? You cook your pizza. You're like, fuck, it's too hot. I'm just gonna dip into the river and eat my pizza.
Well, you could be up the wilds of Scotland or somewhere, and maybe that's what's available. And you're this guy, and you're like, oh man, I really need to cool down my pizza. Oh, there's a river. Brilliant.
Going to die in the next minute from not eating your pizza, and it was way too hot to be eaten. I could forgive you for dunking it in a bit of water to cool it down. Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
suppose, yeah. If it was like a life or death situation, it's like, oh my god, this person's gonna die if they don't eat this pizza in the next 5 seconds.
Wait. We haven't asked this critical question here. Let's debug this problem. Okay, was the pizza as hot as the sun? Maybe he just needed to cool it down quickly.
He wanted to cool it down faster. That's what she said.
Faster than what?
Just faster than natural cooling.
Faster than Sonic the Hedgehog, was that?
No, I mean like it's like these things. Food generally gets cold in like 5-10 minutes. Like what's the rush that he has to dunk it into water?
Yeah, and I'm assuming that when he does that, and he starts eating that, his wife is just sitting there at the table waiting for her pizza to cool down, while her husband's just eating watered pizza.
Maybe he's thirsty at the same time. Hit two birds with one stone.
Pizzas can't be salty, yeah, I guess.
No, you don't have to. You don't. Well, it's not the salt. He's just thirsty, man. Get over it.
Yeah, but pizzas can be salty, so you drink water to, rehydrate yourself.
What kind of water is he using?
Tap water, I'm assuming.
It could be sparkling. Never know.
Sparkling, fizzy water, yeah.
Maybe he likes a fizzy pizza. Who knows?
So if your partners were water pizza, would you divorce them?
I definitely never look the same way again.
But where does he draw the line? Like, is anything game, like anything hot can like just be watered to just like bring it down?
Chicken.
Yeah, chicken, steak, like anything is anything for a game. And what does he do when he's out in like a pizzeria or something? Does he just what does he do? That's what I'm worried about.
He goes to the men's room.
Oh no, I spilled my water on the table. Whoopsie me. Oh, I'll still eat it. Like while the waiter's trying to take it back to give a new one, it's like, fuck off you. I don't want to eat it.
He orders a pint glass and then he folds up his pizza and sticks it into the pint glass of water.
And accidentally starts a new trend.
I mean, this is something that I've heard. Some people actually do like to dip their like chips in water and stuff like that. So
yeah, like that. I've heard of that before. That doesn't bother me. Is like pizza is like chips are just like a bit of potato. It's fine, but pizza is so like it's crafted. It takes time and effort to make it, and then you barbarians just dink it into water. No. This is not on in my books.
Well, they did just say it's oven pizza, so I'm presuming it's just store brand pizza or something like that.
Doesn't matter. It still takes some effort from the manufacturers to make these pizzas. Like just don't have the audacity to dunk it into water like in Neanderthal.
Well, would someone please take of the manufacturers?
I've got one that's like I don't know if it's unpopular, but judging from how popular it is, I'm going to say it is a popular opinion that I disagree with. So the place like Geno's, like it's Like they serve ice
No.
cream and stuff like that. You know, like Geno's,
All right.
Gelato, stuff. A Gelato, yeah. So there's one, close to where I live, and it's open till 9 p.m. And it's always so busy at 8:30 when I drive by, and it's like, shenanigans. It is absolutely shenanigans. Who's eating ice cream at 8:30 out? What is wrong with these people?
Is this like the dead of winter or something?
No, well, yeah, in the last few months, like even over the Christmas period, it's open till 9 p.m. and you drive by at like 8:30, close to 9 o'clock when it's closing, and it's people sitting in eating ice cream.
I mean, maybe it's something like a bit more dodgy, like the ice cream vans that you see at like 9 o'clock at night driving around.
Yeah, wait, what?
You've never heard of that?
No, ice cream fans. Oh, are we getting to a dark
They-
topic or?
They play the creepy music, you just hear them. And yeah, Darren's right, they never come round, in normal hours. It's always like 8 o'clock at night and it's lashing rain, and the next minute all I hear is do 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 do.
Yeah, but like I don't know why people do this, and it annoys me.
Okay, so Daniel has a hatred of people who eat ice cream at 8:30 at night. That's
Well, no, yeah, like it's whatever you do, but like it's just why is it always so busy? It's not, and people go, oh, he probably just wants to go in and get one and he can't because it's so busy. No, it's literally queue out the door at 8:30. I don't get it. I do not get it.
well. Why don't you? Maybe have you tried it
Yeah, I tried it.
at 8:30?
No, I tried it just during the day.
I'll try it at 8:30.
Try it 8:30. Oh, man, maybe that's when they serve the the good shit, the good ice cream.
We'll send you in for a special report. You can record your progress. Getting handed the ice cream now. It is
Connor,
freezing.
I'm standing here and Gino's.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah, that raises a good point. You can't really form an opinion unless you try it yourself. So we're all going to do socks in shower, pizza under the tap. We'll get Dial to go into Gino's for a 8:30 to get his ice cream.
Then we can judge it.
Yeah. So Connor, you do socks and shower and report back to us next week.
But like in that case, like you can't, like if you can't really judge it on that time, like, oh, we can't really judge socks and showers until we get into that guy's fucking shower and get, you know what I mean, and with his socks on, like you can't really judge it unless you do that.
What you and that guy want to do in the shower together with socks on is your own business, Daniel. But I don't want to try anything. Connor, have you got anything for us?
That's a lot of negativity for this evening already. Like,
He doesn't want to get blasted from his unpopular opinion.
yeah, I just bemused by the socks guy.
This is Connor's origin story. It's like how I showered with socks on and learned to love it, or something like that.
Yeah, coming soon to Netflix or Amazon Prime Original.
I mean, surely the socks disintegrate, or I mean, I guess you put them in the wash, but he's moving around. He's with the wet socks. Like, surely he's wrecking them.
Would think, but I suppose we don't know what they're made of, so who knows?
What, the socks?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so the other week, my microwave broke, and this is definitely very top quality content right here. But basically, I was researching new microwaves as I do, and I always just try to check reviews and stuff like that. But I found it quite amusing how badly some reviews can be. For example, like if I was looking at a coffee machine and someone would basically put a review in and be like, makes it too hot, 1 star. And I'm just sitting there going, being like, please, just why don't you wait until it cools down? Like, why would you rate it 1 star for getting it too hot? Like, getting it too cold, I get. Like, okay, if it's too cold, then it's not a functional coffee machine. If it's too hot, you just just wait. Or you could run it under tap water, like you would with your pizza. So like, have you guys come across any reviews that made you laugh or rage or anything?
I don't know about laugh or rage specifically, but I do know I was looking at a piece of music recently and I was looking to buy it. And it quite clearly said in the instructions, oh yeah, once you've bought this, do this license thing, and just to make sure YouTube doesn't obliterate you. And yeah, just below that there was a stream of about 5-10 people who clearly couldn't read, and they all kept giving out about being struck off from YouTube. So yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that sums up reviews on products and in general. A lot of people don't read. A lot of people just like venting on the internet. Daniel's brilliant. As you may have heard in an earlier episode, he likes harassing game developers.
Yeah, people don't read. I'm a culprit of that. I don't read sometimes, and I get annoyed, and then you go back and go, oh, like documentation, manuals, stuff like that. It's better to just go, attempt something to 10,000 times than to read the manual for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, this is coming from the same person who, one time we were going in to play Rise of Nations, and we were like, let's play a multiplayer game against some people, and Daniel basically said, oh, I know how to play this game. Yeah, no, I know, I totally know how to play this game. And then as soon as we get into this game, he's like, how do I build a farm? We're just like, what? What? How do I do this basic functionality? And it's like, oh, well, you see, first of all, you read the manual. I mean, you didn't even do a bloody tutorial. It's like, that's just balls to the walls. Like, oh, no, I don't need no tutorial. I played games before. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I remember that. That was good times. Good times, man. Good times. Yeah, that's true. Never play an online game with me. I'm absolutely terrible. I just make
That's every game you do.
not intentionally, but I'm always on the losing team, and it's just I bring that vibe with me, I don't intentionally try to lose. I try my best, but my best is just not good enough.
That's called being shit, Daniel.
Yeah, I do love funny reviews and stuff, because there's actually one review that like I read many years ago. Jesus, it must have been 15, 20 years ago, and I still remember it because I just can't stop laughing thinking about it. Because did you know? Do you remember the Brady Bunch movie that got released probably 90s or something, late 90s or maybe mid 90s?
It was a movie.
Oh God.
Okay, Connor, your
Oh,
research is
geez.
watch the movie
Yeah,
and then come back next week.
come back. Yeah,
Oh,
come back
God.
and so there's a Brady Bunch movie. But remember they released a sequel, a very Brady sequel. They went onto an island, there's all that, like they went on like a holiday, Hawaii or something. I think they went to
Yeah,
one of
I think
one of
I
the
vaguely
tropical
remember.
islands. Yeah. But do you remember the third movie? No, I don't mean a movie that was shit, like the third, like the number 3,
Was that like the
third
White
rendition of
House,
it.
or am I
Do you remember
wrong?
it? Yeah, it was the Brady Bunch in the White House. It was a straight to TV movie. The other two movies were released to the cinema, but this one was obviously straight to DVD, as we call it
Well,
back in our day.
VHS was
Straight
back.
to the VHS, yes, straight to VHS. Yeah, and I remember reading the review on IMDb, and it was actually written in 2003 because I have it up here at the moment, and it was written by Gut-6. And in it, he gave it 10 out of 10 stars. And I'll just read one section of the review, okay? While Brady Bunch is a milestone of Western civilization and the White House one of the greatest architectural monuments of our time, no mere mortal would ever have thought to put them two together. But the producers of this movie are clearly no mere mortals. And he goes on like this for a good paragraph. It's just really good stuff, really good shit right there.
Was it good?
No shit.
Oh, disappointing. I was hoping it'd be like a secret smash hit, get signed up by a streaming provider, and before you know it, it'd take over the internet.
2002, man. It was
You
released in
never know.
2002. The interesting thing about that movie is it had the two parents in it. It just all the kids were, different actors. I don't know, of course, all the kids are different actors. From it's not the same actor like 6 times over, but they're played by the separate actors from the first two movies.
But that's because like I'm guessing the kids grew up. I think it would look a bit weird if you had like 6 adult children just running around the White House.
Yeah, I vote for remaking it. I think we should start a GoFundMe campaign to have that film remade.
White House one, clearly.
Oh yeah. No, not the originals, the White House one specifically.
Can we get Ben Stiller?
No.
I don't see why not. Yeah, don't say no. Dream big.
Dream big, dream phone.
No, I didn't know. Yeah, it was just a good, funny review, but you just guys shit all over it, so what's no point. Usually it's Steam that has the best funny reviews. You know, someone has like 20,000 hours in a game is like it's all right. You know, it's just
I do see on Steam people liking games for the weirdest reasons sometimes. Like, sometimes it'd be like 10 out of 10 has a horse.
Or someone would be like 1 out of 10, do not play this game, and it has like 600 hours clocked.
but that can happen, especially on like games as a service now, where games of constant like they're constantly moving. They say, oh, it's a monthly thing. It's not just a one buy once play, thing. So it can go to shits essentially, as they put it.
Yeah, after 600 hours.
Yeah. Well, it has happened, especially when there's a buyover of a company, and then you just make a cash grab, and it's like DLC heaven, and like everything's behind the paywall, and it kind of segregates the community. But
Yeah, I don't know about. I just clicked into one review here on a very, very popular mainstream AAA game, and someone's just posted, an ASCII picture of a cat and say, "Got a cat here, pass on the cat." That's their review.
Bought it and then
So
just posted a cat picture.
yeah, that seems, ASCII reviews. That's where it's at. For anyone who doesn't know what ASCII is, it's like you make a picture out of text and lines and stuff. So yeah, picture of a cat as a review. I don't know if that's good or bad. They've got a thumbs up, so I'm assuming good, but yeah.
I'm wondering, does any of the hardware has reviews, or is it only the games on Steam?
Like the Steam Deck and stuff.
Yeah, because I was just checking it, and I don't see Steam reviews, so I just find it interesting that you don't have reviews.
They're burying the review scores. They don't want you to see it, they just want your money.
But do you know the way on some websites they have like questions and answers as well, like for the product that you're looking at? I find it funny that it's like someone's asking a question and someone answers with "I don't know," and you're like, just don't fucking bother answering it.
Or I think the best, or again, I don't know if you've ever been like sites like Stack Overflow or the MSDN or something, someone posts a question and like someone posts like a really basic answer, and then you just see someone like, what you do, an idiot. That's they'd nearly get into this big argument then. I see that all the time on those forums, or someone clearly says, hey, support, I can't do this, and support goes, hey, we see you have a problem. And then they don't really say anything else. It's just kind of everyone's like, yeah, have you got the answer for it? And then, 2 years later, you just see people coming into an old thread and going, hello, as if to say, is anyone still there?
The worst sin is when you see someone having a problem and then they say, like, never mind, fixed it. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing? Tell us how you fixed it. You selfish.
Teach me your ways.
Oh, that grinds my gears.
I did have one experience today. Actually, I was looking through. There was an issue on open source software that I was using, and I was 2 years back and forward on the issue on GitHub Tracker, and then it was it was off. Nobody posted in 15 days. Like, oh, this is a stale ticket. It was like, to be fucked is a stale. to bring it back from non-stale status, and then actually after that, one of the contributors replied, "Oh, this is a documentation issue," and the whole thing erupted again. Fucking everyone came out of woodworks as soon as he said, "Oh, it's just a documentation." It was like, it's not a fucking documentation issue. It doesn't work, as intended. Good times.
I think my favorite update on a
Yeah.
ticket is oh, that guy, this no longer supported because the guy is in prison, and you're like, what? What happened?
What?
Google it.
Yeah.
I would recommend if people want to know more, just genuinely go Google it. It won't take me too long to find it.
That's not the
That is the core
JS
JS thing.
is it?
Yeah, no,
That's
it's the core JS. Yeah.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
sorry, this is not being
Okay.
supported anymore. Oh, that sucks. The guy's in prison. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, it's actually that's something else. Probably going off on a tangent here, but there's a subreddit that I like looking at lately. Do you ever see LinkedIn Lunatics? It's basically just LinkedIn is quickly turning into more of a social media platform than a professional kind of networking platform, if you know what I mean. So like, and the stuff that people post is just, come on now, come on, just please don't bring that crap onto this LinkedIn. It's already bad enough as it is. Please. Have you ever heard of that one, that subreddit?
I haven't heard of the subreddit, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Basically, people doing like these weird motivational stories that are not really motivational. Like, if you want to get a promotion, wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning and run 10 miles before you start your day at work, or some nonsense like that.
Like, there was one that was really sad. Like, it was a while ago, so apologies if I can't remember the post or whoever posted it, but it was something along the lines of someone saying, my my wife passed away just yesterday, but back on the grind. It's kind of like, bro, please, come on now, just take some time off, man. You don't go back on the grind. Come on. And it's almost as if it's a boast. It's like, oh yes, I'm going through this hardship, but I'm working again. Like, no, that's just, for me, it's just the opposite. It's not something to boast about.
Yeah, well, maybe it's, this might be more of a cultural thing. Because, definitely, I doubt that person was in Europe, let me put it that way.
Yeah, most likely some other country that's not Europe, but we have like protections and regulations and stuff like that. So yeah, it wasn't this part of Europe, no.
It definitely wasn't France, I'll tell you that much. Like, they would have been streets protesting.
Yeah, so go on to that if you want us to like understand how crazy things are getting, and people like, there was another one again. Apologies if I can't remember the post. It was posted a few days ago, but like it was actually posted many times, so I don't know who the original poster was. But it was a guy saying like, look, we all like, this is on LinkedIn, man. It's like, look, we all watch porn. Porn is not a bad thing. It's like, bro, like, what are you doing?
I can actually answer that. What is he doing? Watching porn, of course. What else would he be doing?
Now, a lot of these like LinkedIn people who go off nuts and stuff like that, like, are like, they're more like, their profession is kind of community management, and like, like, well, I don't know what the term is. What not influencer, but their sole job is networking and stuff like that. So
Motivational
yeah,
speakers.
yeah, like, it's all them type of people. They're purely there to be popular, to get connections, and the more connections you have when you do advertise, more people can see your kind of particular you know, sales pitch.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm just clicked in now to have a look, see if there's any in my own feed, and yeah, someone's just put up a picture of two canisters of tennis balls without much context. You know, one canister has them all cut in half, and the other just has three in it. I don't know what it's meant to mean.
Oh, I've seen that before, and it's like sometimes you have to think outside the box to fulfill like blah blah blah, but then the tennis balls won't work anymore.
Yeah, you can't play tennis then.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's like that's like saying I bought a small car, so I cut my legs off, so now I can get into my new small car. Like that, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think when people decide they want to be a guru, maybe, and they think, oh look, I'm brilliant. I came up with a new metaphor. I'm so good, and then they never stopped to ask themselves, does this metaphor actually make any sense?
There's actually like, there's another one going on further on topic is, if anyone, like, if you hate like clicks, like clickbait, and clickbait is basically it's like a headline that makes you want to click it just to read more. There's a good subreddit as well called Saved You a Click, and that one like saved my bacon a few times in terms of wasting my time. It's basically like, it's really funny how the headlines of half the stuff doesn't actually lead to anything, like we mentioned before actually last week, about it's just purely to get you in, and it has nothing in it. Like, here's one posted by down_vote_magna, and it's basically, the headline was 3 ways to make money off things you already own. One of them brings you in $39,000 a month. And you know what it was? That rent out your 400,000 37-foot yacht. Like, yeah, I didn't think about doing that. I'll rent out my yacht, my 37-foot yacht. I'll get 39 grand a month.
He's not wrong. If you rent out your 400,000, foot yacht or whatever it was, yeah, you will get a lot of money. Like, they are not wrong.
Like,
I forgot I had one. Yeah, I can't remember where I
Yeah,
left it at.
I mean, we have a
Jesus.
virtually redundant yacht. It's what we were recording on right now.
Yeah, it's somewhere in Scotland. Who knows where?
yeah, no. So those two particular Reddits are my kind of, my enjoyment. I like reading them. Like,
Well, that was a good discussion on funny reviews. Let's just move on to our next topic. When hopefully we can maybe stick to it or something. I don't know. I don't care anymore. We'll just talk about whatever the fuck we want. Okay, well, I guess that wraps it up. Yeah. So today we talked about, I guess, guilty pleasures. We tried to talk about unpopular opinions and reviews. We mainly just talked about Ben Stiller, socks and showers, and. But Connor, Daniel, have you got any plans for the next week?
I'm going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp 3. Oh, well, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania. So really looking forward to that. Can't wait on Monday.
How long is it?
2 hours, I believe.
That's not too bad.
It's a big film. It's not a small film then.
No, it's on a big screen.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, it's only, it's like 2 hours or something like that. But no, I can't. Really looking forward to it. I'm a big MCU nut. I haven't seen some of the TV series, but the movies I've watched them all. Banner, what are you doing next week?
I might actually try and catch up with The Last of Us. Everyone keeps going on about it. Not finished the game. I really should finish. Heads up, I'm really awful at finishing games in general. But I probably should watch the TV show. Yeah. Other than that, same old, same old.
If you have any questions, fuck you.
Yeah, no, Connor. Yeah, let's go.
No, go on, Daniel.
No, no point. It's just going to be cut back in weirdly. It's fine. I was just going to say, yeah, no, it's a good TV series, Connor, but fuck you too, Dan.
Bro, you're about trolls.
Okay, I'm going to keep this in the outro. You can all go fuck yourself. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to send them into virtuallyredundant@gmail.com. We will be back. Blah 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 blah. We will be back next week with more virtually redundant topics. Your host next week will be Daniel. He can go fuck himself. Thank you for dropping in, and wherever you are, we wish you all the best for next week.